Good morning, students. Hope you are keeping fine at home. Welcome to the history class. Dear children, we have been discussing about the spread and rise of Christianity. We have learned about little bit. We have learned about Christianity. Now we are going to discuss today how Christianity spread. How Christianity spread. Not only in Palestine and near Jerusalem, but all other parts of the world. And so today I would like to discuss about the spread. How it spread exactly. Okay. See, after the death of Jesus Christ, he was crucified as political rebellion, you know that. And after his execution, he was buried. But as he had foretold that he would rise on third day, his body did not get rotten in the grave, or in the tomb. But he rose on the third day because he had foretold that he will rise from the dead. Rise from the dead. The world of dead people will not be able to control him. And so he had told directly he had told, also in the form of story. In the form of story also he had told. Okay, and so simile. You have learned simile in the form of simile and anecdotes. In the form of similes and anecdote also he had told. In the form of simile, he had told that pull down the temple of Jerusalem. It was taken 42 years to build. See, and he said that pull down this temple. I will raise it within 3 days. So that was the simile he had used about himself. And then many other stories, short stories, which is known as anecdotes, with which he had told them. So when he was dead, he was put into the grave. This Jewish leader, they went to the governor. Who was the governor? Who permitted him to be executed, to be crucified? Can you tell? Yes, that is so. So I am going to find out. So they went to the governor and then said, he had told this man anything can happen. So you please seal that. So he went, and then the tomb was sealed. A big rock was put, and then it was tied nicely, and then it was sealed. What was the seal? Those days, what was the seal? Seal was the king's ring. In the finger ring he had, and with that ring there was a seal. So he had sealed the tomb, that nobody can steal the body away and then say, oh, he rose from the dead. He is alive. So they understood, because this man was terrible. So they had said, it can happen. So let us go. So they had asked the governor to seal the tomb. And then Friday it happened. Saturday nothing happened. Sunday morning he came out of the grave, and then he appeared to the people. And especially the gardeners, poor people, his own disciples, Mother Mary's and all that, they were going to embalm. Okay, so they were going, and when they went into the tomb was open. These soldiers who were guarding, they were guarding whole night and day. They were thrown out. They were fallen, and they went straight to the governor and said that Jesus has rose, is not there, in the body is not there. That is a shut your mouth. The governors and all the political leaders and the religious leaders, shut your mouth. Don't tell that. Oh, keep quiet, did not say anything. And then they were bribed. They were bribed, and then it was over. But Jesus appeared. When people, they went inside the tomb, then they saw body was not there. So after that, what happened? This, because the fear of the Jewish leaders, the apostles. Now, apostles. How many apostles were there? There were 12 apostles. Jesus had got the close follower of Jesus. They were called apostles. No, disciples. Sorry, the disciples. 12 disciples. 12 disciples. Out of the fear, these apostles or these disciples were close followers of Jesus. They were 12 disciples. They ran away. They were hiding in fear, so that they may also be executed. And so they had. Now I will discuss that here. The follower of Jesus began to spread his message zealously. Apostles and Peter, these are the gospel writers. They are known apostles. Okay, special chosen ones, apostles. Okay, Saint Peter, John, Paul carried forward Jesus' legacy. They took it upon themselves. Here I will tell you that Jesus' follower among the 12. They went all over the world, and then the one who came to India is Saint Thomas. The other day I told, and then he also was killed in Chennai. Now his tomb is in Chennai. Is Saint Thomas Mount. That hill where he was killed is known as Saint Thomas Mount. Today it is near Chennai airport. You can visit sometimes. So that is what. So he came to spread the message of Jesus. The most influential person in the spread of Christianity was Saint Paul. Saint Paul, our same Saint Paul, whose name, after whose name our school is there. Saint Paul's School. Because of that, he was jealous. He was an educated man. He studied under the Gamaliel. Gamaliel was a big philosopher and scholar of those days, and so he was a scholar also, Saint Paul. And after his name, we have this. In his name, we have this school. And so Saint Paul, he journeyed tirelessly to spread the Christian faith. He preached that only with the help of Jesus Christ one could live a life of kindness, peace, joy, to be blessed to reach heaven. So Saint Paul has got a very big stories, because he was against the Christianity. He was killing, he was persecuting. Then he was converted. And so 25th of January is the conversion of Saint Paul. And so we have the annual day or this was called sports day, that particular day. But now we are not having due to all these unfortunate situations. Okay, so the conversion, he was converted to Jesus. Jesus appeared to himself, and then he said, I am the least. Yeah, during the life of Jesus, he was not a disciple, but after his death, he became the close disciple of Jesus. So he says he became the chief disciples. Apart from Paul, Peter, another apostles, the chief disciple of Christ, too played a significant role to spread the Christianity. He converted to Jews into Christianity. Paul. He moved around Jerusalem and Palestine and spread the message of Christ and performed miracles. This drew the common people towards him. He was later imprisoned and ultimately martyred by Roman emperor. Those days, Roman emperor Nero was the emperor of that empire, Roman Empire. Those days, all Europe was under the control of Romans. So Roman Empire. So Roman Empire, Nero, he killed him. He was killed. He was executed. Saint Paul was beheaded. He was. Have you seen the executors? They cut off his head. Chuck once. Finish. So he was beheaded for the faith of Jesus Christ. He was later imprisoned and was ultimately martyred by Roman Emperor Nero. St. John too contributed to great extent in the spread of Christianity. Okay. After all these things, besides all these things, the arrival of the Constant. Another, after Nero, who was the emperor, Roman emperor? Constantine. It's a big story. Roman Empire, Constantine. Emperor Constantine. Emperor Constantine. He was another one. He was pagan. He was not in faith. But then later on he accepted. He converted, and then he made and he contributed. He contributed a lot. Once he became the emperor, he contributed a lot in the spread of the religion. Constantine the First ascended the Roman Empire at the start of 4th century. That was in the 4th century. 4th century he became the Roman emperor, and then what he did around then. So he legalized Christianity and helped in further spread. He made the Christianity as a legal religion. Legal religion, that means by law. That means Christianity became the state religion. State religion. That means all have to follow Christianity. That's why today Europe is full of Christianity because of that. Okay, so that is the reason. Then the Christians were allowed to practice their own religion openly. Churches were built throughout the empire. Constantine the First not only converted himself but also became patron of Christian faith. Constantine the First issued the edict in Milan 313 CE, Common Era. That means after 313 years after the death of Jesus, through which Christianity was legitimized in the Roman Empire. So it was a legitimate, it's a right religion, state religion. And so churches started being built and then spread. Roman Empire, Constantine built a new capital here, Byzantine. Today it is Istanbul. Byzantine is, today it is Istanbul. That was he made it Constantine. So Constantinople he named, which is later on Byzantine. After that, now it is Istanbul. The name of that Istanbul, it is in Iraq. It is in Iraq now. So a precedent was set in which the emperor considered himself answerable to God. The emperor's role was defined as one who would be the enforcer of religious doctrines and unity. By the edict of Theodosius, all these things I discussed what is edict. If you don't understand, then I will. Thessalonica in 380 CE, Christianity became the official religion of the empire. In 393 CE, all public non-Christians religious customs were banned, and so only Christianity. So because of this, in his influence, became the Christianity spread very, very fast. Okay. Okay, so dear children, please read this. Whatever we discuss now in fast, but then you read and then you understand. We will discuss also in our live classes. Okay. Bye. See you then.